What's up, guys? I'm doing another stream today.
Oh, I like that.
I'm doing the stream because today I am going to be reacting to the Fortnite World Cup. I just want to say before this starts, make sure you guys like it. And yeah, guys, let's get right into it. I'm not going to be doing face cam, but here's the Fortnite World Cup, guys.
And also the Rift to go, a Slurp. Decent kit here. And I think this is probably one of the first infantry rifles that we see in the game. I haven't seen one of those for a little bit. That's a very good weapon to have.
I'm honestly a huge fan of the high rate of fire, particularly in circumstances like this where people are looking to peek. If you can tap and get 1 or 2 headshots, sometimes the 3-tap headshot is enough for some of those thresholds going through. But we're going to jump on board with Lifty. Again, 32 players remaining. You can look in the top right for the player count, bottom right for the storm zone, and when players will move. The timer ticking down, 15 seconds remaining there as we move into Circle 6.
And look at where this is going. Over to Loot Lake, over some water. There is a lot of flat land here, but there's also some like awkward little natural structures too that are gonna sit there, and you never know, it may catch you, and you have that whole trek that you got to start making at that point. This is gonna be very fun, but we're gonna see players start to drop unless, and Typical Gamer, by the way, gonna be in the lobby, just picked up an elimination onto Gil. And Typical Gamer, though, is trapped outside. That is going to be very, very unfortunate. And just as I said, you're going to start to see these bodies fall left, right, and center, because this is where the pressure comes in. This is a long moving circle.
Yeah, we are inside that top 25 now, so everyone getting at least the 3 points. You see 303 Sin trying to use that jump pad, but somebody had built up above him, so getting a nice little bunk there as the Ventus does rotate through and pick up Lifty. Subgreed picks up 303 Sin, so unfortunate there, not being able to get out despite using the launch pad. And now Gooba gonna challenge on this player. Does sneak there. We said you needed to change your name after yesterday, but Goba making it look true as he continues to just pressure, and he's really making the rest of this lobby look like he's on a different level right now, dropping into the mid-guard top, but only has 5 builds remaining. As he drops the challenge, he says, doesn't matter, I don't need builds, let's just start fighting.
Or he'll just pick up some builds from another person, right? That seems to be the plan of action here. Goba gonna wait for the last moment, he's gonna find M. Tessie right in front of him, and M just trying to defend himself, and Goba recorrecting, and he's going to look to get right into the fray here. Manages to benefit from that elimination, and that is going to be Subgreed, and Goba is a little greedy with how he's been playing, man. He's been getting all the E-limbs. King Jab in the ultimate high ground. You have a Dolphin FN in the mid right below him, and then the scramble down low as we zoom right back into the action. Goba, he continues to find targets who are just coming off of battles there. What a play from Goba, who picks up another elimination. That is going to be number 11 for Goba.
And he's into the top 5 now, so has all 7 of the placement points. It's all about the victory out and more elims. You see him pulling that heavy sniper out, making sure it's reloaded, getting challenged on the low ground. Will he be able to convert? The other player hits the better shot, but he cleans it up. HMP K-Dub going down. Goba on an absolute and a Dolphin goes down. No matter what you do, it won't be safe. 13 eliminations from Goba. King Jab on the high ground. Bonds on the tarp underneath, and the elimination leader, the eliminator himself, Goba right now on ultimate low ground and reloading the heavy sniper, GB.
I would just be afraid if anyone goes down to challenge Goba. He is just crushing it. He's crushing it. That is 13 eliminations. All he needs now is a victory royale. This is the kind of game that you want to see. Goba's been having a great performance here, but he's looking to just cut down some of the structures that are up above, and that's going to be number 14. He's got Bonds. One more elimination for him, and that is going to be GG. King Jab, he has no HP, and he just is going to hold up top. He's going to hold up top there and continuing to just lay down more coverage. But I think that Goba might be able to get that fragile.
He should shoot further back. He's going for the challenge.
Yeah,
got it.
Was nasty.
Goba hit jump. So look, you actually saw how it looked like he didn't have a weapon in his hand. King Jab was jumping with the rift to try and jump down and pop the rift to reset them, so he could have a chance to go down. But Goba showing what he does best. 14 eliminations, victory out, 24 points. I mean, 24 points in any match is going to be enough to rocket you up there. If you get that, you have to feel good about it. But now, jumping on board, we have Snow XD sitting on 4 eliminations. Bloom Falconer there in the middle of the screen. Have Cloud in the match. Tiku in the match as well. Pre-JJ in there. Triggy in there, the player for Reciprocity. So a lot of great players in this one as well.
I saw Riversand over in the distance yonder as well, but wow, what a last few games that we've had here, guys, and 2 spots for NA West up to grab for all of these players here. And, you know, a little call to action. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out Fortnite on Instagram and in all social media. Use that hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Let us know who you think is going to move on in the NA West region and join the 17 other competitors that are already punching their ticket to New York City for the Fortnite World Cup final.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Toss that hashtag in. Let us know how you're watching. Let us know who you're watching.
That was unfortunate, Nathan.
Yeah, as Falconer is watching that loot just rain down from above, but tweet at us who is your favorite person. Let us know who you're surprised to get it. Who you think will be able to take it home once you know that roster. I mean, we saw NA East was stacked, Europe was stacked, so many big names, and then also a lot of players who have just been grinding, trying to get their name out there. Like big shout outs to Bella EU and Dubs as well, players who've really been in there in the background and getting their opportunity. As we get closer now, again, 17 players have already qualified.
Fulmer.
Cruel's picking up Fulmer. And Skep right there with a single stink. Skep going down to the storm because he got ticked, had nowhere else to run, so very high value right there. I mean, that was one of 6 stinks that he had.
Yeah, Cruel's was actually, that was rather cruel with the stinks. I hate to pun it again for like the 130th time, but he just held him off there. And some players, when you get caught those stinks, sometimes you're just like, what am I, I gotta get out of here, or else I'm gonna lose all this HP, and it's gone before you know it.
Yeah, it forces players to react. You have to move. That's kind of the intent of a stink. You're not safe in that 1-by-1. You have to move and at least have controlled space. But if you pin yourself, yourself into a space, just like Tech pinned him in there with the AI fire plus the RPG, you will go down brilliantly executed.
He shot the rocket and then laid down as much fire as he could so that rocket could safely make its way to the target. That was 2 pickups there. Well done. Man, we've seen some incredible plays from these players. This is high-level Fortnite at its finest, folks. The top 3,000 from NA West all competing for just 2 spots at the Fortnite World Cup final. And we're back over to Cruels yet again. 3 eliminations, gonna have that epic compact SMG as well as that blue pump. This is a very aggro build with those stinks, forcing players out. And then when you gotta get out of dodge, you have that rip to go. And look at the player's gonna drop down. Mellow Penguin. Oh man, that was a rough one there. And then upgrades from that compact SMG to a handy legendary AR for the range.
And just threw so many stinks so he could still capitalize on his loadout. Mellow Penguin there getting his wings clipped even a little bit more as Cruels continues to try to tarp himself out. Notice he owns it next to him. Notice how he doesn't edit open. He edits a door to see if he can get a peek, and if not, he just resets it so he's never actually exposing himself. That's 3,000 IQ strat right there as he picks up No One Nips there in the rotation. We're getting closer to that next placement threshold of 15 points as he challenges there and picks up Novi BB going down. 16 players left, GB, but Cruels is on a rampage.
Yeah, Cruels has been destroying this lobby. Excellently done from here. And as we get to the top 15, that's going to be Snow. That was our elimination leader when we jumped into this game. But Cruels is looking to own that title here. Oh, is this going to be the end of his run? He's got 4 HP and he won't be able to stay alive. And that is so sad. Prej will get the elimination, but immediately will get removed. We have Riversand. We got Falconer up above. I think that was Extinct. Aspire as well. King Jab. Some great players left. Assassin Spirit, who was in 2nd place in one of the last games we checked out, will be living in that baller, but now it's over to Riversand. He's going to edit him out. He's going to edit him out. That's the trapdoor play on to Tai Tai Co.
Ty going down there now. I mistakenly talked about the Bloom Boys for favorites on East, but certainly expect at least one of them to be challenging for them for West. We have Riversun and Falconer, both here. Riversun on the lower ground tarp. 9 players remaining. You have Riversun in the top right-hand corner. You have K-Dub in the bottom right-hand, both trying to work around that low ground while you have Aspire, Extinct, Ashes, and Falconer all up on the middle, so it's a 4v3 on one side and about a 3 on the other, with 2 other players just trying to wrap themselves around the ultimate low ground. Extinct taking a big chunk there, and everyone being patient as Assassin Spirit just gifts away an Elim right there.
K-Dub and River Sand in that low ground, they're right next to one another. Of course, they are just playing to survive, get as far as they can, get into the top 5, grab some more points here. Aspire, though, that's going to be so weak for Aspire, and Extinct knows it, so he jumps into the fight. And there's going to be no eliminations for Extinct, but a couple more go down. Riversand's able to snag one for his own efforts.
And now we're into the top 5. Riversun trades that one
top
back
3
out. So Riversun now with 2 Elims, pulls out the heavy sniper, uses it to push down a block, knows the other player isn't there, so picks back up the high ground. We have Riversun, ultimate high, Ashes, 1 type beneath. Out of mats. He was out of mats, so now Riversun dropping down and gonna challenge onto K-Dub. And he finds it, no problem. Riversun picking it up there. I know he says he only had 2 Elims. It was more like 6, and the victory out. 16 points there coming out from Riversun. Absolutely huge, utilizing the heavy sniper and that pump swap to climb his way up and take home that victory out. These matches have been absolutely intense, but we're gonna jump back on over to Kitty Plays in the studio.
Hey, Sundown. Yes, these matches have been intense, but we're only just gearing up for the US West qualifiers. Right now, we have 2 spots to give away today. I cannot wait to see who will be pulling that off, but can you show us some of the epic plays right now?
Yeah, we can. There's 2 guys, and 2 guys in particular that I want to look at. The last winners. Howdy. This was interesting. He kept actually dropping on players with the mobility down below and then dropping back down and then catching him. Look, this is a third party that he just found, actually, that he started. He initiated that fight. And then he continues to go on. Didn't get too many materials, but because he doesn't have materials, he can't hold high ground for too long. He actually has to go down into this rift, and good thing that he did, because now he gets to hang. And then he drops again onto Unicorn from behind. The little thing that he did there, dropping into the zone, that was perfect to be able to catch him by surprise. But again, look at his material count. He just continues to drop down and continue to push the pressure onto these players on low ground, but not yet giving up on high ground. That last build gets him up enough to get this one more Elim. Howdy, absolutely destroying this one, and then again finding the little opening there on people tarping below, and then one player right here, and then the other player dropping out of the baller. He's actually going to make sure he focuses the guy. That is going to be the biggest opportunity here. But Gobbs, what a game this one was. I mean, he ended this game with 14 Elims, Kitty. This was ridiculous, and you can just react to this because this is unbelievable. That quick trap right there. What is that?
I mean, everything seems so seamless. There's no struggle. Okay, yeah, no struggle whatsoever. Goba is putting on a clinic for the other players right now. It doesn't even seem like he's playing against people of his own caliber.
Exactly. He's on a stage of his own right now. Another one. Just absolutely just going on and going on. Every single one. There's 2 right there. And it's not over yet. He's only at 11. He ends with 15. One in Loot Lake. And now, actually, he's going to find another one. This player trying to be sneaky down below, and he knows it. He knows. It's a dolphin. He's going to pick it out of the water. And then the players on high ground, Kitty, I mean, what is there to say about this guy? Just going all the way to the end.
What is there to say? I'm looking forward to seeing him in Worlds, potentially.
That's for sure. Definitely looking out for these new faces. I haven't heard of you, Goba, at all until today. Now you have made your mark on Fortnite history. I'll be keeping an eye out for you for sure, because that was a disgusting game. You can see King Jab Sundown actually pointed it out, how he tried to rift his opponent there, but it didn't work out.
So close, got taken out in time. Wow, well, things are just heating up here. We are going to take a very quick break, but we will be back with many more games. Woo!
In just a few months, we will see the greatest Fortnite players in the world go head-to-head to determine who will take the title of World Cup champion and become part of the global phenomenon that is Fortnite. Hundreds of players will compete on stage in New York City for their chance at Ultimate Battle Royale glory and their piece of $30 million. But let's look back at how we got here. competition was hot at our first major live event at PAX West, where we held the Summer Skirmish finale. This open format pitted over 900 players against each other, and Morgassi was able to rise out of the masses and take home nearly $250,000.
A life-changing amount of money.
Fall Skirmish came next, where 500 players competed not only in Battle Royale competitions, but build-offs, challenges, bake-offs, and cosplay competitions to win prizes and value club points. This all came to an insane conclusion at TwitchCon, where Tfue and Cloaksy were able to fend off the competition and win it all.
It's Tfue and Cloaksy!
Finishing off the year, we dove into the Winter Royale when the first ever open online qualifier was hosted, featuring the top 200 players from North America and Europe. In the end, the stream Skype dominated the European qualifier, semifinal, and final to come out on top. And on NA, Nolan beasted his way through the rounds, outperformed the Infinity Blade, and took home the crown. 2019 kicked off with the Secret Skirmish, where Ghost Saf and Rise Ronaldo took the top spot in duos, and the solos competition ended with an unbelievable performance from Ghost Bizzle, who took it all with the most clutch Fortnite finish in competitive history.
Skating around, shot comes in, a limb for Bizzle, turns on the player above. That's it! He dangled the floor! Bizzle with the victory!
But this unbelievable action isn't limited to offline events. We've watched competitors get themselves ready for the Fortnite World Cup through their participation in the online tournaments. Fully open qualifiers for all players 13 and up has definitely shaken up the standard. Starting with the Scallywag Cup, familiar players like Saf and Zayt are continuously flaunting their skills, and we also saw new faces like WBG's Rux and Pika. But the veterans and big names aren't backing down, with players new and old challenging each other non-stop for the top spot. Beehive was a prime example of this in the European Blackheart Cup, continuing his absurdly consistent streak of dominating open competitions, while the Argentinian Dzeko was able to show off his elimination skills in a dominant Brazil region victory. After that, we saw two duo competitions, the Lux Cup and the World Cup warm-up, with a fantastic mix of challengers and established veterans able to claw their way up the leaderboard. The newly formed duo of Perfect Tilt and Mastoris have shown that they are not to be messed with, while the newly eligible European youngsters like Mongrel, Benji Fishy, Osmo, and Milan showing that they are as good as everyone believed. But let's not forget about Oceania and Asia, where we've seen the Chiefs duo of Sync and Skyla continually upsetting the standard and dominating the ladder. And Medicino, Top Fox, and the Crazy Raccoon Boys have all had incredible performances over in the East. We've seen so many different players come to the fore, but nothing on the scale like this. Who will be the next Morgassi? Will a Tfue or Cloak-like pair continue their domination? Will our winners be someone who qualifies early? Or will they have to sweat it out every weekend to make it onto the World Cup final stage? We could not be more excited to see the story unfold and to watch these players ascend to greatness. And who knows, one of them could be you.